Hey y'all, what is going on? Can you guys hear me? Let me know you can hear me in the chat. Um, we gon' I'm not about to go into like the whole breaking down of this situation. I just can't. Like I just can't. Um, but I am gonna get my point of view, my opinion, my commentary on it because there's a difference between commentary and there's a difference between facts, okay? So we going with the commentary tonight, okay? This is my commentary on what I feel is going on between Tasha K and Cardi B. Now, first I want to say this that I have enjoyed Tasha K's content over the years, okay? Y'all know I'm a content creator. Y'all know I like to, talk about the gossip and all the other stuff. So I'm naturally drawn to celebrity gossip. I'm naturally drawn to, people entertaining. I'm naturally drawn to all of this. So for me, I enjoyed it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, no, I don't enjoy Tasha K. But I will say this. I never for once took anything that she said as the truth. People have been on the internet saying that she's been lying for the longest, okay? Like, I never sit back and say, oh, that must be true. Oh, that must be true. I always take it as like word of mouth, just like, just going up talking, yeah, ish. Um, I did not follow the Cardi B situation, video from video, tweet from tweet. Um, yeah, I am. Tweet from tweet, uh, post from post. I didn't do that. But this is the thing, right? It's very insensitive to go on a platform and to literally spit out lies on someone, right? There's one thing to give your commentary on a situation. There's one thing to give your commentary on a person's character. There's one thing to say all the things that you want to say without telling lies on people. If you felt like, you wanted to drag her in quotation marks, y'all, with the fingers, y'all know your finger quotation marks. If you felt like you wanted to drag her, by any means, do what you got to do. But when you start bringing up people having STDs, when you start lying on people, that's when it becomes a problem. Okay. It got very cringy for me because I get cold sores before I was sexually active and all that other stuff. So for you to come out and say that, oh, she get cold sores, she has herpes, is insinuating that she got it sexually transmitted. That's offensive, especially when so many other people get cold sores. You get what I'm saying? Like things like that is just not right. There's one way to this is why I always tell y'all I never talk about people looks on my channel because you cannot control the way you look. Because there's one thing to be malicious, there's one thing to be disgusting, there's one thing to be nasty, and there's one thing to give your commentary on a situation. There's one thing to give your commentary on a person's actions. So I feel like the thing that just bothered me is like if she's telling you to just take the videos down, you go up and you make this big thing to the point where it's like you're obsessed. Like, why are you so obsessed with me? Like, let it go. If you want to focus on celebrity gossip, then by any means necessary, sis, do that. But you can have a conversation. You can talk about this celebrity, move on. Talk about this celebrity, move on. Talk about this celebrity and move on and leave it at that. Give your comments give your opinion on whatever you think is happening with that person or what you give your commentary on it. That's perfectly fine. But when you go out of your way to maliciously make up lies and fly with it, and I've seen Tasha K say many of times, this is not alleged. This is the truth. This is not alleged. This is the truth. I never once said it's the truth. Never, ever, ever. Which is why I don't understand why people are so shocked at the fact that she was lying. Child, we knew she was lying. Everybody said she was lying. I was just sitting here like, it's disgusting. It's so unfortunate that this black woman brought her own self down. by something that could have totally been avoided. As a content creator, I understand you want to catch it when it's hot. You want to go out there, you want to get them clicks, you want to get them views. I get that. But you got to have some type of integrity about yourself to not literally try to defame someone to the extent where they want to, take their life, to the point where people are telling her, "Don't kiss your kids." Like, what literally is going on in your brain? And I'm gonna tell you what I think it stemmed from, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm right. Tasha wanted to be on Nicki Minaj's side so bad. She wanted to get Nicki Minaj and her team so bad that she thought by going after Cardi B, it was going to get Nicki. When she was supposed to have that phone call with Nicki and Nicki backed out on her, she just took that as the fuel to like just keep going. If you notice, all the stuff that Nicki was going through with, her husband or whatever the case may be, because it's not about her. She never once said half the things that she said about Cardi. And Cardi didn't have anything to do with that. All she wanted to do was get Nicki Minaj. When it comes down to it, this is all it comes to. It comes to the fact that you wanted Nicki Minaj so bad, you went against the one person you knew was going to grab her attention because you would go against her. As a content creator, sis, when someone say cease and desist, and you spreading lies, just cease and desist. Like, it's lies. The statement tonight really just made me feel some type of way. And it only made me feel some type of way is because everything that you say you represent, I have not really seen. I have not really seen. Everything you say you represent, I have not really seen. You're a gossip channel. You're a gossip channel. Like, you're a gossip channel. Everything you say you represent does not show that whatsoever. Yeah, you may do a Christmas giveaway when it's Christmas time, but like everybody does that, it's Christmas time. Yeah, you may do a dinner when it's Thanksgiving time, but like everybody does that, it's Thanksgiving time. Like, come on. Like, it's unnecessary. It's uncalled for. Take it down. The biggest word that you could ever use is alleged. Alleged, 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 alleged. But when you go up there and you try to make your opinion a fact, that's when it becomes a problem. You can say whatever you want to say, but there's a way to go about it. Give your little commentary, move on. Half the time you giving commentary about this woman that had nothing to do with anything. And I'm not going to sit up here and say Cardi B is the best person in the whole entire world, because she has said and she has done some things that are just as foul and disgusting. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And just because you wrong, just because I was wrong, don't make you right. It's the whole, the machine's going against me. Tasha, I could have rocked with you on that. I really could have rocked with you on that a couple of weeks ago. I really could have rocked with you on that. Like, yeah, don't censor her. Let her say what she got to say. I really could have. But like, you want to make it seem like it's all about us Black community. I've seen you drag so many Black content creators. I've seen you drag so many people, literally go out to find people to defame other people. You went out your way to go find Bobby Lights, whoever that friend was, to expose him. So how are you doing this for the people? It's one thing to just, gag, kiki, drag, and move on. But when you constantly making it your business to make a video after video after video after video after video after video after tweet after everything, like it got to be somewhere where it stops. There has to be somewhere where it stops, because at the end of the day, we all people. We all people. I feel like it's unfortunate It's unfortunate because, like, for real, y'all, I was really rocking with Tasha. You couldn't tell me nothing. My husband be like, "Why you listen to her? Take her off. Like, you don't. Why you doing this?" My sister even told me, like, I can't rock with her. It's just so. It's dark, and I'm just like, ha ha. Like, it's just commentary, ha 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 ha. Ha. And now I'm just sitting here like, all you had to do, because to be honest, her platform was changing slowly. She was going in different directions with the interviews. I was feeling it, the little skits. I was loving it, all that good stuff. But for you to openly admit out your mouth that you lied for clicks and views I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. You guys will hear me say a million times, allegedly, I heard it was, and this is what happened. If this is and in this is and if this is what happened, this is how I feel about it. That's one thing. But to go out and just actually spread lies on somebody with the intention to get clicks and views, I'm not going to click. I'm not going to click, because what does that do? Like, I wouldn't want anyone to go online and spread lies about me for clicks and views. I wouldn't want that. And then to go up there and say it's an actual fact, not even to say allegedly, I heard on the street that Chloe this, that, and the other. That's one thing. But to say it's a fact from the source, I got my sources. They told me blah, 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 blah. And then everybody looking at me crazy. And I gotta go out. Like, how does that feel as a woman, right? To have to go out and take an STD test to prove to the entire world that you don't have an STD. How would you feel as a woman to go take a STD test to prove to the world that you don't have an STD? So that when you decide to kiss your child in a video, they not telling you don't kiss your child, you gonna give her cold sores, you gonna give her herpes. It's disgusting. And I want her to win. But you can't even just be accountable. Be accountable. That's the biggest thing. Be accountable. Say, y'all, I effed up. I started this 4 years ago. I was really, trying to drive my channel. I took it personal. I took it way too deep. I sincerely apologize. What I did was wrong, but I've been going in a different direction. I'm growing, I'm learning, and then people can give you extend grace. But for you to go up there and make it seem like, oh, I'm gonna keep fighting this, I'm gonna set it appeal. You're gonna appeal for what? What are you appealing? What exactly are you appealing? That's the question. The question is, what exactly are you appealing? It's wrong. And Cardi's going to get hers because she's done wrong and she said some things that's foul too. Her karma's going to come. Tasha's may have came first, but hers going to come too. Remember, what goes around comes around. Period. All she had to do was literally take the freaking videos down. Let that girl, whoever she did that interview with, who started this whole thing, let her say what she had to say, add your little commentary on it, and keep it moving. But you wanted to keep spinning this narrative because for some reason you thought Nicki Minaj was going to go and, save you. No, she was never going to save you. She wouldn't even take your phone call. You definitely right, LB23. This could have easily been avoided. I tried to watch her statement, but in under 5 minutes, I was like, nah, she hasn't learned her lesson yet. And that's what I was holding out for, y'all. I was holding out for because I was rooting for Tasha. I was definitely rooting for Tasha because even though she was gonna have to pay that money, that was her lesson to be learned, her mistakes to have to pay for. Cool. I ain't got to pay for it, girl. That's your mistake. You pay for your mistake. But like, did you learn anything from it? I wanted to hear, I learned from this. I'ma do better. I'm building a brand. I realized that this is not the route. And then I would have been like, cool, bet, say no more. But you didn't do that. You didn't do that. And that's what makes it even more like, sis. Like, you really tried to sit up here and sell us this? You really tried to make this about the machine? Who is this machine? You fighting for the black people? When you bring down black marriages, black families, black homes, every chance you get. And I know that that's why when y'all be like, oh, I was honestly, I swear, y'all, I've been thinking about doing a little bit of the celebrity gossip, but I really feel like it comes to a point where it's enough people doing that. And karma is a B. And what you're not going to do is have me go out and spread lies, or even if it's not the truth, or lies about people to come back on me, because they have to deal with that secretly. And I'm sure it wasn't just Tasha who contributed to Cardi's, her thoughts of, ending her life, or her thoughts of being in depression, or her thoughts of not wanting to be intimate with her husband because people talking about her kitty cat and this, that, and the other. I'm sure it wasn't just that, but I'm sure it had a lot to do with that. The ego. It's definitely the ego. Like, you just couldn't let it rest. Pride comes before the fall. And that's exactly what happened. You let your head get so big. Literally just 3 weeks ago, y'all, we was up there talking about, the interview she had just did with what's her name from the Love and Marriage Huntsville, the side chick. We was just talking about that. That's the vibe that I wanted to see Tasha K go in. I wanted to see her go into that direction of getting these interviews, talking to these people, finding out these informations, letting these people tell their stories, their truth, this, that, and the other. But you still willing to risk all of that for Cardi B? Why? To save face? How? How are you saving face by losing your stuff? How are you saving face by not taking accountability? It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. And for people who say, what does that mean for YouTube? It means nothing for YouTube. It means not. It absolutely means nothing for YouTube, y'all. I'll tell y'all now. I'll tell y'all now. As long as people are stating their opinion and not trying to pass facts as lies as facts, there's nothing's going to change with YouTube. YouTube has always been censored enough to the point where if you say the N word in a video, they not monetizing it. You use sexual content in a video, they not monetizing it. This is not about YouTube. Content creators are going to be fine because there's always a way to say what you want to say without being mean, nasty, and malicious about it. I watch so many other vloggers and, people who give commentary on, celebrity gossip or whatever the case may be. And they do it and they move on. They do it and they move on. They don't go to the Twitter. They don't go to the Instagram. They don't be atting them. They don't do all of that. They don't drag them down the street. They don't send their people over there to go tell them not to do this, not to do that. They don't say they're gonna wipe their behinds with the cease and desist. They don't do any of that. Right. Right, Miss Bell. The first time I seen Tasha K read a statement, that was a clue that she didn't need to say any of it. Exactly. Exactly. They put a picture up on the screen for Tasha, and she go. And the one time where she needed to just go and speak from her heart, she couldn't because her heart was not in the right place. Her heart was not in the right place. The fact that they said that Cardi B allegedly reached out to her and said to her, listen, I really want to, squash all of this. Your mother, I'm a mother, where, we both came from here. We trying to do this, that, and the other. And you still just couldn't break it down. That shows your character. That shows your character. And it's unfortunate that you get 1 million followers. It's so hard to get 1 million followers on YouTube, child. And you get 1 million followers, and literally 3 days after you hit 1 million, you in court because you wanted to wipe your behind with a cease and desist over one celebrity after you done talked about so many celebrities. You was willing to risk it all for one. For what? That don't even make no sense. Now I will say this: if Tasha K is gonna do a pill, Cardi may have slipped up and said something she probably wouldn't have said. She probably shouldn't have said. No, an appeal. Nah, she don't do no pills, child. You about to get me and my town taken down. Okay, so what? Okay, so what happened was Cardi, in her statement that I heard on the Breakfast Club this morning, she said, even though I couldn't talk to the jury when I would see them, in the hallway or walking by, they would be like, "It's okay, we got you," blah 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 blah. I feel like she should have never said that, because if Tasha K is doing an appeal, it's making it seem like the jury was already giving Cardi a heads up that they was on her side. Now, if that is true and that if is the case with her appeal, they can use that, because that's kind of like, what's it called when you like interfering with the jury or whatever the case may be. I don't feel like she worked that hard, because she did it on the back of Cardi and in a mean way. You got a great point. You got a great point. You got a great point there. I think she could have did it without Cardi, and that's the sad part about it. I really think she could have did it without Cardi, and that's the sad part about it. And I've watched and I've seen her say some things, and I've seen her do some things, and I'm like, Tasha, you probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't say that. But like, who am I to tell somebody what to say? She gonna have to pay that 4 million. What is it? 4 million, 3.8 million. She gonna have to pay that. That's on her. Sis, that's on you. Right. Jury misconduct is grounds for an appeal. And I think that's probably why she's gonna go and appeal it, because Cardi should have never said that. I think that was the biggest mistake, because girl, like, you basically kind of just told on yourself slightly and a little bit. Slightly and a little bit. And I'm all here for, everybody winning. Like, we all can eat. We all can eat. There's so many different platforms. There's so many things you could talk about. There's so many ways you could get your point across without telling lies on people, without sitting there pulling down people, defaming people. We sit here, and this is why I do TV shows, child, because I can't talk about nothing that you ain't showing me on the TV. I can't talk about nothing that you ain't showing me on the TV. And that's just that on that. Point blank in the period. That's it. I may could give my opinion on some stuff and keep it moving. But it's just sad, because I was really rooting for her and I wanted to see her win. And I really was hoping that after everything that happened, and it being a known fact that she had lied and she said she lied and all this other stuff, I just really thought that she would have been a bigger person. And maybe that was foolish of me. Maybe that was foolish of me to actually believe that she would go up there and take accountability and say, I effed up. But dag on it, I learned my lesson. Now hit the wine glass. Like, dag, I probably would have even took that. But no, you really tried to make it seem like everything you doing is for the Black community, sis. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm just gonna say it. That's a lie. No. 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 Tasha is talented and entertaining. It's a shame that she let her pride get in her way, and that's all it was. Because honestly, it is entertaining, and that's why a lot of people watch it. Because whether people believed it or not, it's entertaining. Right? Whether you believe it or not is entertaining. That's why I say I will watch, and it wouldn't even be something that I absolutely believe. It may not even have been something that I believed a little bit. I was just entertained because the personality, the platform, the chat, all that it brings together. It was it was a whole vibe. But when you go up there and you admittedly lie about someone's health, Like as a woman, I can't rock with that because I will be completely ruined if someone told me that I need to go to the doctor, take an STD test, and submit it to the judge to prove to the whole entire world that I don't have an STD. No, I can't rock with that. I just can't. I cannot rock with that. That's humiliating. That's humiliating to you. That's humiliating to your husband, to a married woman, to your kids. That is so humiliating. She's awful. My intro to her was her talking about another YouTuber she had a falling out with. That's what I'm saying. The black community. I've seen you drag so many black YouTube creators. I've seen you drag your own mentee black YouTube creators. It's not right. It's just not right. Like you, and then it don't even be to the extent of just stating the statement. It's to the extent of, it's just prolonging and prolonging, and I mean saying the worst of the worst and doing the most of the most. Like it's just so much, and it's sickening because like I want to watch it every Friday. I do, but like after knowing everything that goes behind with the every Friday, it makes me just feel some type of way in the inside. And then I watched this whole thing between her, Vaughn, Storm, Chelsea, all of this play out. And I said to myself, what is this for? How is this happening? And I thought, and I promise you guys, and this is just my thought. This is just me coming up with stuff in my brain. I feel like when her and Storm kind of split ways, well, they supposedly never talking to each other. That was to keep Storm in the good graces of the people who wasn't effing with Tasha, so he could still keep those people and have like a neutral side where it could be, I don't have to take her side because I'm not really effing with her, but I could respect her because she was my mentee. That was the whole plan between that with Storm. So when it comes down to it, when people realize that it ain't this, it ain't that over there with Tasha, he could try to then we made amends, we came together, we're great again. You guys, she's just misunderstood. You don't understand. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it, and y'all know I'll be putting stuff together in my head. I said, nah, this not right. This not right. Nah, this is all a act. This is literally part of the plan. It's literally part of their plan. But hey, this is YouTube, right? Now I'm curious as to what that means with her channel. If they're gonna take her channel, and there are a lot of people still want to ride and fight for Tasha and believe what they want to believe for Tasha, and that's completely fine. Like I feel like you do what you want to do and you take it with what you want to take it with. But as for me, I just feel like as much as I would enjoy to sit down and just watch someone, drag and kiki and laugh, because we all do. It's unfortunate that I can't, because like I already know what your morals are. I know what you stand for. And it's one thing to want to have a quick little gag and a laugh. And it's another thing to actually be mean and malicious. And y'all know I can't get down with the mean and malicious of it all. Okay. I just can't do that. So unfortunately, that sucks, because child, I know she about to drop some interviews or something that I'm gonna be like, dang, let me get in on that. But like at the same time, it's like, but you can't take accountability for your actions. You can't be woman enough on the sake of your children for the sake of your family, for the sake of your brand, for the sake of your business, to just go up there and tell the truth, admit you was a wrong and apologize. Why is that the hardest thing for people in this world to do? Please, someone tell me, why do they think that it's so hard for someone to just admit that they was wrong, move on and learn from it and become a better version of themselves? Do you not realize how much of a better person you will be to just release all of the, lies? Just release them. Just release them into the air. Let your truth be told and move on, and know that you stood in your own truth. No matter how anyone feels about it, I said my piece. I did this. I acted this way. I was completely wrong. Whether you choose to forgive me or not, it's completely up to you. But I'm owning my part in it. It's pride? Child, I never had so much pride in my life. What is going on? I'm really getting irritated with black women with this outrage over Tasha K, Cardi B admitting she drugging, and Robin men telling women if their men cheat, get drunk and do a threesome with. No, Virgo, no, you missed that part. I also said that Cardi B is going to get hers. I never for once said that Cardi was right. No. Don't take my words and twist them up. Don't take them up and twist them up. I'm focusing on Tasha because I relate with Tasha, because I was a personal fan of Tasha's. I once considered myself a wino. Okay. Yes, I like Cardi B's music or whatever the case may be, but I never could really rock with her in that sense because of that. Like I said, Tasha made a big mistake, and she's going to have to pay for that mistake. $3.8 million. And then I also said that Cardi's going to get hers because karma is a B. Just because you was right, just because you won this case, don't mean you going to win the next one. Because she's definitely in jail for about to go to court for sending some girls to beat up this other girl because of Offset, allegedly. Okay, so don't ever get me twisted and don't ever get me wrong, because that's not the road that I'm taking with this. What I'm saying is, it's nothing wrong to admitting that you was wrong. If you go up there and you actually lie about someone having STDs, or about their well-being, that's completely wrong. Because as a woman, could you imagine, like I said previously, going out into the world, going to the doctor to take a STD test to prove to the whole entire world that you don't have STDs? Because they telling you not to kiss your child because you're going to give that child STDs. That was the topic of the conversation. I'm not outraged about Tasha K doing what she did, and I'm not outraged about Cardi B doing what she did, because honestly, I've seen them do all of it. The outrage is that, like, just take accountability for doing it, move on, and grow. I feel as though it wasn't about moving on and growing. If you say, yes, I lied for clicks and views, I wanted to build my channel, that was, years ago. I've grown. I'm better now. You see the direction my channel going in, blah, 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 blah. I'm here for that. I would have took that, like, let's go, Tasha, let's go. But to go up there and really just be like, I lied for clicks and views, and then try to say I'm doing this for the black community, it don't add up. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you said not you specifically, but black people overall supporting and make Cardi B rich and still support her. Oh, girl, you had me go into a whole recap. You had me go on a whole recap. You absolutely right. Black people supported Cardi overall. And then this is what I'm saying. We all literally, we're like just the byproduct of the world, unfortunately, because like I said, I was one of those people who loved to watch the gossip. It was entertaining. To love to, leave the comments, to love to, whether I believed it or not, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie about that. The same thing with Cardi B's music. Whether what she was saying was right or wrong outside of the internet or whatever, I was enjoying the album, sis. You couldn't tell me I couldn't write me a Cardi song, okay? Period. Whether what she was doing behind the scenes was right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? But that's the point where it comes to the accountability of it all. The account is all about accountability, because we all make mistakes. We all do things wrong. We all, say the wrong stuff sometimes. We all effed up. In general, like all of us is effed up at some point in our life, right? But if you just stand in that and you will just hold yourself accountable and you grow, you learn, and you change for the well-being of your family, the well-being of your community, the well-being of everything around you, everything that you build for yourself, you could go so much further than trying to make it seem like it's something it's totally not. Right. If people will only live by the golden rule, do unto others what you would want, what you would have done to you unto you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the only thing that I wanted. Y'all don't understand. My husband always tell me, like, stop listening to that lady. Stop listening to that lady. Yo, when he was like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, I'd be like, Tasha K got a live, y'all. I'm about to jump off this live. I see y'all in a little bit. Y'all couldn't tell me in a second I wasn't about to watch it. But like, just knowing that the morals behind it is all effed up, it's just making it hard for me to support her. And y'all know in a second, that's why I always say I can't talk about people's looks. I know people do it. People do it, and it may be funny, and it may get more clicks, and it may get more views, but I don't do it because you can't control how you look. So who am I to tell you attractive and you not? Who am I to talk about your looks? You get what I'm saying? The same way, who is Tasha K to go up there and tell the whole world that this girl got an STD, and then literally got to go to court to prove to the world that she don't have an STD? That's humiliating and embarrassing. And I told y'all, I get cold sores. I've gotten cold sores before I even begin having sex. It was not sexually transmitted. So for something so sensitive to me personally, like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Because no, I wasn't out here giving head to somebody and got cold sores. Like, that's not what happened. So I can imagine how she would feel to have people telling her, don't kiss your kids, you won't get them STDs. You having sex with your husband, you won't give him STDs. That's different. That's way different. And to know that, Cardi B reached out to her to squash this like a woman, and you still just couldn't just be like, you know what, you right? That's wrong. It's so wrong. It's so wrong on so many different levels. It's wrong. But that's my point. That's my thoughts on this whole Cardi B situation with Tasha K. I feel like Tasha K gonna have to pay. That wrong, right? Tasha K gonna have to pay, and Cardi B gonna get hers. What you give into the universe is what you get back in return. So her time coming. It just wasn't this time. And do I want to see Tasha rise above all of this? I absolutely do. Because I really believe that she can be, if only she could just be accountable for what she did and become a better version of herself, because she has what it takes to do it. You just have to become a better version of yourself and elevate yourself. That's it. People want to like Tasha, so I hope she comes to the realization that she needs to admit her wrong in this, so that we can hang out with Teddy. Exactly, Miss Bell. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I want to see her once so bad, and I really feel like she can redeem herself if she does with the work that needs to be done. But to go up there and say that you will continue fighting this battle that you already lost for by the right cause. She didn't apologize. You said you didn't see her apologizing. I really thought she had the ovaries. I really thought she had the ovaries to just man up, to just woman up and just go up there and, own that ish. I thought she was going, I could tell you in my head, LB23, I really thought she was going to go up there like, yeah, we lost, but it is what the F it is. It is what the F it is. I made some mistakes. I probably shouldn't have said what I said. I apologize. It is what it is. It's over. Hit the wine glass. Now let's move on. Like, I really thought I was going to get some of that energy. I'm not going to hold you. I did not really expect that she was going to go up there with the white dress on. And she's the one that is the gag, child. She's the one who pointed out in Fallon's video that Fallon was up there in the white. Remember, Fallon had that interview with Up and Adam, and she pointed out that Fallon was the one up there in the white dress to make it seem like she was so pure. Girl, how you gonna point that out on your own channel and then go on your channel and do the same exact thing? Wear the all white so that we could think you pure. Child, get out of my face. Not if she's going to appeal. Did she's yeah, she said she's going to continue fighting. She said she's going to continue fighting the machine. Whoever the machine is, she fighting them, child. She fighting them. Like, I just don't understand how you go on a stand and say that you lied. How you go on a stand and say that you went on a stand under oath and said that you lied for clicks and views, and you still can't admit that you said it, child. I can't. And I always extend grace because y'all never know. I may slip up and say something or do something, and just like you may slip up and say something and do something that you may have to learn from and grow from. You know what I mean? So, like, girl, you need to get it together. Get it together. I was hoping for that too, but when she started talking, I was like, oh no, not today. Yes, that's exactly what I thought. Hey, Marvita, girl, not all white. I knew she was gonna do something extra. Child, I was like, no, Tasha, this not it. This is not the energy we needed. Like, what happened to keep that same energy? Y'all cannot tell me that the wino that was in me was not sitting there ready for the same energy we get every time Tasha go live. I wanted the yes sir music, the wine glass tapping, the taking accountability of it all, the laughing it and moving on with our freaking lives and continues to do what we doing. That's what I thought was about to happen, but child, none of that happened. It did more of a disservice to her the way she did it than to just ignore it. She could have just ignored that issue, honestly, and she probably would have got a bigger response than going up there and doing what she did. Like, you really probably should have just ignored it, Tasha. At this point, you probably should have just made another video like ain't nothing happened and let the people just look at you and be like, but where's the apology though, Tasha? Where's the apology? Okay, that's all. We look at that point, everybody wouldn't have had nothing to say. It just been what it was. Yeah, I was definitely, Brandy, I feel you. I was definitely let down by her not taking accountability. It was the pride and the glorification for me. I really, really was upset about that because I'm not gonna say I wasted, but like I'm not gonna say I invested either, but I watched a lot of the stuff and I was purely entertained, and I want to continue to watch all the stuff and continue to be purely entertained. But the more and more as I started to think about the human in me, and the morals, it conflicts with everything that I stand for. And for me, building a platform, I have to be true to myself. I have to be true to myself. And as much as it may be entertaining and as much as it may be something that may just be a gag and a laugh, but when you try to make it seem like facts and to admit that you really was dragging this person about their, health, about their health, when so many people in this world have contracted, STDs at birth, STDs through, force, STDs through their husbands who they thought was faithful, STDs through, people who, their boyfriends they thought they was faithful, people who was doing a down low, all these things that has happened to so many people. So many people have so many different stories. And for you to sit up there and make that a joke, that's sick. That's sick. No, that's real sick. Like, everybody who ever caught an STD didn't think that was the day they was going to catch it. Like, girl, what? And you go up there and make it a whole thing. Got people calling her cold sore, being like, girl, what? Like, nah, I can't rock with that. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't rock with that. But she did the dramatic pause in the beginning. But I thought she was about to hit that mother effing wide glass. Girl, me too. I'm not even gonna hold you. I thought she was about to hit that wine glass, child. And I was gonna be here for all of it, but nope, I got so disappointed and I just was like, nope, I can't do this. Unfortunately, I can't do this. And I even sat there and I debated with myself afterwards if I could do this. And I said, nope, I can't do this. And then I said, I gotta go on live and I gotta let y'all know where I stand and how I feel. I was in that live about as long as Elijah my fighting statement during presidential hearing, which was a recorded 1 minute and 1 second. Oh God. I have never heard it, but to be honest, she's wrong. I would make up rumors on people who speak facts. Yeah, you don't gotta make up rumors. And you don't even have to be honest, this is why I don't understand why people are like, what does that mean for YouTube? What does that mean for YouTube? Oh my God, you guys are not going to be able to say anything on YouTube. Girl, bye. We're going to be able to say whatever we want to say on the YouTube, okay? You either going to get sued or you better put allegedly in front or I heard, okay? That's all you got to do. YouTube standards are so strict, y'all, that to be honest with you like literally a lot of my videos or lives, I have to send them to review in order for them to monetize it because they may think you said something or mentioned something that may have not been it. That's why so many people have calmed down cursing. You can't say the N-word. You say the N-word, they not monetizing your video. You say certain stuff, they not monetizing. It's a whole lot to it. That's why I feel like this not going to really affect content creators who make good content, who don't need to be all cursing and dragging, like just nasty about it. Because you can honestly say allegedly, you can say I heard, this is not a fact. I'm just speaking my opinion on a situation because we all have we all got our own voice to make an opinion on something. But when you go up there and you just go to the point where it's just like, oh, this is a fact. This is a fact, not allegedly. And I mean, not allegedly. This is a fact. That's when you get yourself schooled up in some ish. Because, child, just use the word allegedly. We don't need you. We don't need you to be the fact. But she was so built on being the exclusive, the fact, the credibility of it all. It's so many bloggers and there's so many gossip channels who do the allegedly, and they doing just fine. They doing absolutely just fine. Now, one thing I would say, I hate to cancel culture like some people are trying to cancel her. Now, I don't know, but this should just be a lesson learned. I honestly feel like it definitely needs to be a lesson learned. And I will say this, that I'm kind of canceled her for a while, unless like she, learns from this. Because like I told y'all, I give grace. I want us all to win. Like if we can grow and be better, then go for it. But if you're not going to grow and be better, then now I'm going to have to leave you where you at because you're not growing. You're not growing. Tasha must have only paid for 61 seconds of a defense. Child, I don't know. I want to know who wrote that statement because it was a bad idea. That's the real thing. Who wrote the statement? That was not the Tasha that we seen all of these, and I mean, she may feel defeated. But child, if you feel defeated, go up there and say you feel defeated. Don't go up there and say, I do this for the black women, the black women, the boys and girls. Child, I didn't see any of that on the channel. I didn't never watch your channel for the inspiration of it all. I never went to Tasha K was like, I want to be inspired. Nope. I went to Tasha K because I wanted to laugh. I wanted to kiki. I wanted to hear some, some ish and go on about my life because it wasn't so heavy. It was a quick little laughter and that was it. That's all I wanted. So I don't know how he was doing this for the black community, child. Well, she did say she was doing it for the black community because she wanted us to, bring some light into, the world when it's such a dark time or whatever the case may be. But child, I mean, that was a push. That was a reach. That was a little of a reach, but it's okay. It's okay. Just apologize. That's all we wanted was an apology, child. That's all we needed. But we couldn't get that, so it is what it is. So unless she decides that, she want to come out, apologize, she grew up, she got better, I'm gonna have to put her on pause. I ain't gonna say cancel and put her on pause. She just made another post defending herself. Child, tell Tasha go to bed. Where's her lawyers at? Where's her lawyers at? They didn't tell her to go to bed. They did not tell Tasha to go to sleep. Like, girl, you paying them lawyers for nothing at this point. That's all I see. You done lost the case and you still trying to defend yourself, child. To be honest, I'm not a Cardi fan anymore, but Cardi B won now. I hope people will leave this situation alone. Not keep talking about it. Tasha K is the one has to pay, not us. That's what I said. And that's all I said, right? She's gonna have to pay for the mistake that she made. And Cardi's gonna have to pay for the mistake that she made when her time comes. And at the end of the day, karma is a bee. What goes around comes around. You cannot look at for unfortunately, I have to bring this into it. Look at Wendy Williams. You cannot go a good portion of your life digging into people's business, bringing out the worst of their lives, and expect for that not to come back around to you. You can't talk about people's drug habits, alleged babies, and all this other stuff and not have all that come back to you. It's a prime example. Wendy Williams, unfortunately, is a prime example of how karma works. Because now you're the gossiper being gossiped about. And I love me some Wendy, but I gotta call it what it is. So unfortunately, that's just how that's the way it works out in this world. Karma's a bee. Be careful what you put out in the world because it comes back to you. Tenfold, tenfold. Be careful what you put out in the world. That's why I said just support the news and don't give so much of your own opinion if you're not in that business. And there's nothing wrong with reporting the news because I feel like we like the news. I'm not gonna hold you. We like the news. There's nothing wrong with reporting news, but you just gotta have some type of bias when it comes to everything. Everything is not what it seems to be, and you have to have at some point a human response to the action. Just think about if that was you and how would you feel, and then you can add your commentary. And that's what I'll be trying to do. Think of how I would feel if that was me in that situation and add my commentary to it. But I don't got a problem with dragging you if you deserve to be dragged. Because if you wanted to get dragged, then you shouldn't have did what you did. And this is why I stick to the TV show, child, because it's just TV. And if you on my TV and we all watched it together, and that's just that on that. And that's just that on that. Okay. Look, I ain't going around making up nothing on nobody and what they be. Nope, nope, not me. Nope, not me. I'm not going to go find no dirt, not digging up no dirt, not looking for no dirt. Now, if the dirt come to me, child, I'll tell y'all about it. I will definitely tell y'all about it if the dirt come to me, but I didn't go looking for it. Just know that ahead of time, okay? Okay, cool. She's excited she broke the internet, child. We knew she was going to break the internet. Well, we knew she was going to break the YouTube. I'm not surprised by that. She knew that. Child, everybody knew that. That's not no surprise. That's not no surprise whatsoever. Question: do you think they will make up one day, or do you think no? Who, Cardi and Tasha? Is that what you asked Romel? Will they make up? Child, first of all, not me reading like I'm hooked on phonics, but second of all, no. She got to pay her $3.8 million. No. 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 If I have to pay anybody $3.8 million, we not making up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Tasha should say they had made her read that statement and then issue a new one, keeping it 100. Tasha K style. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. That's exactly what I feel. She definitely should have just X that out, child. It's not me. Like, just be you. And people either take it or leave it, but at least you know you was true to yourself. Unless she really believes that statement that she read. Because if she really believes that statement that she read, then hey, who are we to tell her that that's not the truth in her head? Who are we? Nobody. That's what she believed, and that's what she believes, child. It is what it is at this point, and that's all I can say about it. But I really feel like I don't think she believed that herself, child. Okay, if she went in the courtroom and she told the truth on oath, under oath, then she would know better than go up here and not be transparent on YouTube, because YouTube will read you for filth if they know that you're being fake, and that's why they on the YouTube now trying to read. And it's the fact that A lot of the winos can't just admit that Tasha was wrong. Like I watched so many lives, y'all. And I'm listening to these people just trying to go against these people, trying to like fight for her and fight for her. And I'm sitting here like, what exactly are we fighting for at this moment? Because like there's nothing to fight. The right is right and wrong is wrong. We cannot fight. We can't fight for this. This is wrong. It's just all the way wrong. Like it's no, we're not fighting. Like, yes, we wanted this. We didn't want this outcome. No, we did not. We wanted to see her come out on top. We absolutely did. But child, when you go up there and say you lied, when you say you lied for clicks and views, that's when I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. No lie, I would sue my lawyers because I lost you, but you can't sue the lawyers. You can't sue the lawyers. She said everybody in the courtroom was lying and everyone was reporting was lying. Well, then Tasha, give us the report then. Child, keep that same. This is what I'm saying. This is the energy she should have came on the platform with if she was going to come on the platform. If she was going to come out in the state, the little post with this. Why she didn't come on a platform with this energy, child? That would have been something to watch. Why she didn't say that? Everybody in the courtroom was lying. Everybody. Those statements, all that stuff that came out, that ain't come out. It's a lie. But you know what? That's all right. Because I'm going up against them. I'm going up against them. But you want to sit here and tell us, I'm doing this for the Black community. I'm doing this. Well, like, girl, bye. No, that's not the approach we needed today. That's not the approach we needed. Girl, she said the transcripts will be available soon. And I can't wait because, baby, child, you trying to tell me we might become winos again. Is that what you saying? Because I said I was holding out the hope. That's one thing about me, y'all. I'm not gonna be as biased. Okay, right is right and wrong is wrong, but I want us all to win at the end of the day. That's just on period. So, child, if the courtroom transcripts come out that it was all a lie, then it was all a lie. And that's just that on that. Okay, up until then, right now, she's the lying one. So I have to take the word from what everybody else was saying. That's hilarious to me though. It's hilarious to me. But y'all, I don't know. I really don't know. But I really wish her well. I wish I hope she come up with the $3.8 million. That's probably why she appealing it, so she might not have to pay as much. I don't know. But that's a lot of money, child. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. When they said 1 million, I was like, oh, she might be able to pull that off, She might be able to pull it off between, the Patreon, the sponsors, the YouTube views. She might be able because she got a million followers. She got the website, she got the Patreon, she got the sponsors. I was like, maybe in a couple of maybe a year or two, she might be able to, pull that off. But child, when you said 3.8, I said no. We can't pull that off. We can't go. Nah, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I'm gonna have to go, pick up some change off the street on the sideline, give me some bottles, turn them in to get the little extra money. Like, no, that's a lot. It is completely too much money for me. But y'all, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to get my little input on all of this because why not, right? Why not? But I wish her the best. And I know Cardi B is, happy over here with this case. And I, wish her the best for her other case because she got more cases. But y'all, that's it. Like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll talk to y'all later. Good night. Peace.